What up, Darren? What's up, Darren? 1320. You guys ready? We're about to get started. This is going to be a very casual stream today because it's been quite a day. And by the way, I have another stream to do later tonight to cover for Dave Scott. He's going to be doing some cool things this weekend. Where? There it is. He's going to be doing some pretty cool stuff this weekend. What's up, Mr. Empathetic Paranoia? Yeah, so this is going to be a very casual stream, but I need to talk to you guys about a couple of things. And as soon as I clean my glasses and get situated, we're going to talk about some things, y'all. So let me bring up YouTube so I can see what people are saying on YouTube as well, so they can have this conversation too. I want them to talk about this. I want them to be able to. So today we're talking about, well, you already know, Jeremy Corbell. We're going to talk about Jeremy Corbell. We're going to talk about Ross Coulthart. We're going to talk about Elizondo and all the people that have made claims that we can think of, that have made claims about knowing something, having information, but not sharing that information with the people, not sharing that information with everyone, also teasing people, you know, like giving them kind of little teases here and there. I think it's a fair conversation to have. Now, if you're on my Discord, we already had a preliminary conversation about this topic, but I felt like I really felt like this would be one of the most important topics to talk about now, because it's one of the biggest issues in people's consciousness at the moment. The public consciousness right now is focused on this concept of breaking security clearances, breaking trust, destroying relationships, all for the sake of telling people that do not believe the people that are saying things, telling them about what they know. And you are that, I believe that characterization should give you a good idea of how I feel about this whole thing, my perspective on that specific topic. So everybody in that was on Discord, you guys had a little bit of that, a little piece of that information, but there's more. I've got more to say. I've got plenty of more to say, because I have, I think that there are some arguments that need to be addressed, and I think that people need to have this conversation. 1 second, guys. In a way that sees both perspectives. The one perspective, of course, is tell everybody everything. Forget about security clearances. Forget about your safety, which is insane. And forget about your family's safety. Forget about your job, your career. Forget about your credibility. Forget about everything, and tell me what I want to know, because I want to know it. That's literally the impression that I'm getting from people. There is no confusion about that. There is absolutely no, there's no other way of looking at it. In my mind, I think that what we're doing is we are going to, with that mindset, we're gonna lose all of our whistleblowers from ever coming forward. They're never gonna come forward again. And I'm going to tell you guys why. That not only is this thinking dangerous, it's actually quite illogical. I mean, it's extremely illogical. It's also unethical, and it's selfish. It's quite selfish. Now, keep in mind, I'm talking about this from my perspective, but I do want to engage the alternative. Darren 1320 says, "Didn't Bob tell Jeremy?" Yep, I was going to talk about that. Nobody has been told before. What? Something that nobody's been told before? I'm sure of it. I don't know exactly what you might be referring to, but yes. I mean, you have to understand, these guys, they're very well connected. They're very close. They're friendly. They are, I mean, they are buddies. So just to be honest with you, I mean, they are, which is not a problem for me. That doesn't denote the credit, or what these people are trying to do, or nor does it tarnish the credibility of the people that are trying to do it. I think, if anything, it just shows that the people that they're sharing information, they trust each other. They have a relationship. They've built a relationship of trust. And I think that ruining that relationship of trust for this, again, to tell people that don't even like or believe, that's a terrible idea. Jeremy mentioned it at the end of the documentary on Lazar. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what that would be, to be honest. I can't imagine what that information might be that Jeremy Corbell was told by Bob Lazar that he's never told anybody else. I don't know. But I guarantee you we're not going to get it, not from Bob Lazar, because I mean it's possible. There's a very small possibility, a statistical anomaly, that by some random act of cosmic, whatever, that we'll get that information. But it's highly unlikely given how people have treated Bob Lazar over the years and how they still treat him. Specifically the quote unquote UFO community, the people that again I criticize when it's necessary. The community, whenever they're, I think that there's not being a very an open perspective about that, especially when it comes to people revealing secrets. But I've gotten so much communication about it. I got to talk about it because it's something that it's weighing on people's consciousness heavily. It's heavily weighing on people's consciousness that they want to know the truth. So let's talk about what do I mean? What is an example of people who know something but won't tell us? Let's start with Ross Coulthart, because in recent memory, Ross Coulthart mentioned that he has knowledge of a facility that was built over top of a UFO that was so big they couldn't move it if they wanted to. That was his statement. Whether or not this is true, I am inclined to believe Ross. I would love to know where that facility is. I'd love to know how big he's talking about, because he didn't say, he just said big. I'd love to know, is it ours? Is it theirs? Probably theirs. I think the impression that we got was that it was a non-human craft. He actually said that it was not, an alleged non-human craft. But whatever the technology is, it's being hidden underneath a building that's built over top of it. That's what's being alleged. Now, some of you said that to me, that's a carrot. That's a carrot. Like he's stringing the world along on a carrot. That is one way to look at it. To be told, I mean, I can't deny that is a way to look at it. That Ross Coulthart may be stringing the world along with the carrot. Like, hey, I'll give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I'll never tell you the full truth. You just gotta wait for it. Okay. But that would ignore the entire purpose of this effort that's being conducted by people like Ross Coulthart towards disclosure, towards what some people have called confirmation, but others call it disclosure. What's up, Christine? I did a late stream. This is a late stream, just so you know, because I had to take care of some business today, family business today. So I got back immediately, and I'm live immediately. Right away, I got back and I jumped on live. So I wanted to give you guys some of my time today, but I am also going to be on Spaced Out Radio tonight at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm sorry, 12 a.m. Eastern Time, I guess it would be. 12 a.m. Eastern Time. So be aware that I'm going to be streaming again later today. That's why I called this a casual stream. I wanted to give you guys some kind of casual information, have a casual conversation about, right now, Jeremy Corbell and Ross Coulthart, of course, and the whole state of disclosure and what it means and all. The title of the video is to disclose, to whistleblow or to live in peace, right? Because really what we're asking for is for them to literally disturb the order of their life, to jump into the chaos for us, to tell us what we want to know, right? For what we believe is the greater good. But you have to keep in mind, if they, let's say that they do disclose this, and let's just hypothetically say, for example, Bob Lazar. What happened to Bob Lazar? Phil Snyder, and many, many, many other people historically who have talked about have whistleblow on the government and military about having technologies that are non-human. What happened to those people? Are you feeling cautious about 20? Of course, I am absolutely cautious about the 26. I'm also optimistic because we're farther than we've ever been in my lifetime and in other people's lifetime. This is unheard of. This is unprecedented. That's unprecedented. So, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal. I think that we should be cautious, but I think also we should be hopeful. We should really look at this as a step forward. We should look at this as a way for humanity to experience something when it comes to disclosure that we've never experienced before. This is not Project Blue Book. This is not it. This is so different than that. This is so much more than Project Blue Book. There's more movement. There's more. There weren't Congress people pushing for disclosure. There weren't Congress people showing up at military facilities telling them they better show them the craft. There weren't allegations of raids being, potentially being, conducted on these buildings that house this technology. It's just so different. It's so different than what it's ever been. This is so different. And I think we need to recognize this as being different and not fall into the trap of the simplicity of just thinking like, oh, it's all the same because they said the words disclosure. Well, the words are similar, but the actions are vastly different. Worlds different, guys. Worlds. I'm talking entire worlds. It's just different, and I think that by what we're gonna do, if we keep pressuring these people back into hiding, we're never gonna get disclosure. We are being literally anti-disclosure by saying reveal your sources, give up all the ways, tell us everything you need to know. We want to know right now, and by the way, we're gonna hate you for doing it the whole way through. We're going to criticize you and mock you and talk about how you're trying to make money and all you care about is money. You don't care about us. We're going to do all these bad things, but we're going to treat you all these bad ways, but you better also tell us everything we want to know, and you better tell it to us right now, even though you're going to suffer for it. Can you tell me what would make, why would anybody want to do that? In Jeremy Corbell's podcast, Weaponized Podcast. One second. Bryson, what's up? Yes, and honestly, guys, in that hearing, we need to know. I think there are some people that are putting some very good questions in there. If you see a question, go on to Representative Luna's Twitter post and post a question that you think is relevant, or first look and see if there's any questions that are posts that you like, because you don't want to crowd it with a bunch of the same questions. And if you find one you like, upvote it, show some love. Obviously, Twitter does a hearts, they love it, but you know what I mean, same thing. Because I think that this is part of the movement. This is how we get something done. We get involved in this way. Now, to the point about what I was mentioning about whistleblowers giving up information, it is short-sighted. And honestly, I can't imagine anyone wanting to risk their life, their freedom, their peace, their family's safety for people that don't even for people that literally, essentially harass them online. I don't understand why anybody would want to do that. I don't understand why anybody doesn't understand why anybody wouldn't want to do that. It is we're in a very strange time during this process. And I am concerned that the UFO community is going to be the reason why we never get disclosure. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm worried that the UFO community is going to be the reason why we never get disclosure. Because of the unrealistic expectation of tell me or else. Tell me or else. One moment. Okay. You guys are hitting me up here now, so let's just respond to some of this. So, the first thing that I want to respond to is the idea that people are saying to me that it is their duty to tell us what they know and not string us along on a carrot. That's the first thing that I mentioned during this show today. Okay, to your point, I understand why you feel that way. I understand why you would feel like they owe us. But the reality is they don't owe us anything. Why should they give me a good reason why They owe us anything. They being the people that are whistleblowing and the people that are trying to get this information pushed through an official capacity. The people that are literally working towards what we claim that we want, this stuff. That's what we claim. Well, if that is the case, then why are we fighting against the people fighting for us? Again, I get the distinct impression that we're not focusing on the reality of the situation here. We're not grounded in reality with this. Unfortunately, I am not with the mindset that these individuals owe me anything. I don't think that at all. And I know that's contrary to what the general public thinks, that they owe us something, but I am not an entitled, and I don't say this to be facetious necessarily. I'm not entitled to somebody else risking their life for me when they don't know who I am, what I'm about, and nor have we have no relationship. We're not friends, we're not buddies. We have nothing between us. Us being, me and the people that are obviously risking their life, their safety, to tell us what we say we want to know. That's the first point. The next point is this. If we do force them to tell what they know right away, tell us right now, tell us everything, break your security oaths, break national security, classifications, break it, because we deserve to know. We are entitled to know everything right now. Then we will bring disclosure to a screeching halt forever. We'll never get disclosure again, because they'll learn from this example. They will learn from this example. And from this point forward, they will never be unprepared for what we might have in store for them when people are trying to push for public disclosure. Karaoke says, I feel the same as someone said a little while ago. Do you think they will tell us just because we're curious? Karaoke, that sounds like a really wise guy that said that to you. Really does. Sounds like a wise guy. I agree with you on that one. I think they need to follow the process. I think that what they're doing now is exactly what they should be doing in order for us to get what we say we want. And again, if you are on the side of true disclosure, then there is a process that they are fighting against. They're fighting against a process. Okay? They're fighting against a process. And there is no telling what will happen if they do break their security clearances, if they do break their classifications, they break the law. If they break the law, if they ruin the trust that they've built, if they break the trust that they've built with those whistleblowers by revealing information that they were told by those whistleblowers that could get those whistleblowers harmed in some way, when will anybody ever do that again? I won't. This is what the future will look like. In the future, someone will want to tell the world about what they've known, what they've seen. But they want to do it in a way that keeps them and their family safe. So, they've already been harassed, they've already been threatened because they were considering it, and it's been known. Now they talk to it. They're thinking about what happened during this whole disclosure movement, and during that last disclosure movement, the public pressured those journalists and people not to tell the world, to tell the world and break that trust. Well, why would I do that whenever they're going to do that to me? And what happened to those whistleblowers? Well, they're all in prison or dead. Why would anybody ever do that again? Now, some people have said, oh, well, if they do it once, they'll never have to do it again. And I mentioned Edward Snowden. What happened to him? What's going on with Edward Snowden? Julian Assange. Where are they? What are they doing with their life right now? What are they doing? 2 people have ever done this. And again, they weren't criticized like people are today. Now, they were called traitors to America, and they were called all kinds of names. But for the most part, they had support for what they did. And look what happened to them. Imagine if they would have went through the proper processes to get that information revealed. if that was even possible. They might not be in prison. There is a process now. They're building upon processes to make this a possibility legally, so that it will forever be a part of our society, and it will never be able to be used. Classifications, for example, overclassification will never be able to be used as a reason for why they cannot tell us the truth. We need to think about this. We need to think about this. We have to. And if we do not, we're going to suppress disclosure forever. It's going to get to the point where solitary confinement, both in custody and out, forever. That, yes, karaoke. Again, what do you? Yeah, you want disclosure, but why would anybody? Let's put it this way: if I was a whistleblower and I saw how David Grush was treated, I'd never talk. Why would I? I have a family. Why would I risk my family's life for people that call me a liar, talk about my autism, tell me that I'm gullible, tell me that I'm trying to make money off a book deal? I sacrificed my job, my position, my career, my life for everybody that I believed that needed to know, and they literally destroyed me publicly, my image publicly. They criticized me for things that I didn't say or do. They told me that I needed to do things the way they wanted to. Again, I could go on all day long. The bottom line is, we are stifling disclosure. We're stopping it from ever happening. And if it doesn't happen, it will not be the people that have spent this last 5 years giving up everything for us. It'll be because of us. It'll be because of the UFO community. 100%. 100%. And of course the debunkers and stuff like that too, of course. But the debunkers, who needs the debunkers? Who needs them? Nobody needs them. They do need you, the community, the people that are on the side of, well, should be on the side of whistleblowers. They need us. And if we keep on treating these people like they're out for money after they gave up their job that was making more money than they can make in ufology. By the way, nobody's getting rich off ufology except for Stephen Greer, and he's still asking for money. All right, so like, I don't think that we're thinking here. I don't think we're thinking this through. And I get that there are people who have, made the argument that, well, Lou's gonna write a book, Lou Elizondo. There is a pretty large, there's almost 8 billion people on this planet. How do you reach all those people in one interview in one country? You got to spread that information to people. You got to find ways to spread that information. And a book is one of the greatest ways to do that. And then, of course, the testimonies, right? The interviews, the nonstop podcast, all that stuff. That's part of it. You guys, again, the argument that, oh, well, Elizondo was on all these podcasts and YouTube and videos. What? Guys, that's what you do. If you want disclosure, that's what you do. You're literally criticizing the process of the... I am baffled by this. Blue and White, Michael Herrera has been told by men in black to shut up. People have been threatened. Their lives have been threatened. Their lives, their careers, their livelihood, their credibility, their freedom. Again, what are we talking about, people? What is going on here? I worked for the government for 25 years and was in the Royal Air Force before that. If someone demanded I told what? I'm not sure what that, but what happened, if somebody demanded I tell them what happened behind the scenes back then, I'd say no. It's my job not to tell, and I signed papers saying it was an official secret, and I believe in that. Karaoke, again, 100%. That's interesting, Blue and White 317. Well, I'm gonna pull that up because in a minute here, because Karaoke sent that to us in Discord, so we'll talk about that. Yeah, Greer is definitely profiting off of ufology. He's literally a cult leader, literally like Heaven's Gate cult leader. I mean, it's no joke. It's the same thing. But anyway, that's the only person that's making money off this, guys. Elizondo had to literally disappear from the public view because of how he was treated by people. Tom DeLonge's to the Stars Academy is going bankrupt. The company itself, not bankrupt, but they're in financial trouble. There was a report released on it recently. I think Drunk Physics sent me that. I mean, again, these people are not getting rich. They're not getting rich, guys. It's not a field to get rich in. It's not. It's not. It is not. You want to be rich, get into cryptocurrency. You want to trick people into giving you money, get into cryptocurrency. Like, this is not the field to do it. Trust me. Trust me. You do it because you believe in what you're doing and you love it. That's why I'm doing this. That's why any of us, everybody I've talked to in the field, not one person has privately or publicly said to me, man, I'm doing this for the money. Nobody. There's only a few people that have gotten rich off this. A few. Most people are small channels like myself who are doing this because they believe in it. They're passionate about it. It's not about money. You're not going to get rich. You're not even going to be able to make that much of a I mean, maybe you could, but like rich, come on, guys. That's rich. Tom DeLonge was the fall guy for all this, very, very easily influenced, and they knew that. I don't know. I don't have a perspective on that, to be honest. But I figured that it would be important to at least mention, you know, these people, the reasons why these people need to continue to do what they're doing and not break rank for people that don't even believe in them. No, you got to understand, the people making these criticisms don't even believe in them. Why would you bow to people that don't believe in you? Why would you do that? You believe you're doing something that's right for humanity, and you're gonna kowtow to the people that literally hate you? I think that's a bad idea. I think I'm gonna go with no. Don't do that. Personally, I'm gonna go with no. I mean, again, if any of you think that you would give up your freedom, your safety for people that hate you, you're not God, guys. You're not Jesus. You're not Muhammad or whoever sacrificed. You're not Buddha. You're not Gandhi, Mother Teresa. We're people, man. We're just regular old people. And nobody is going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. Wow. I'm going to become a whistleblower when everybody, and have all the community hate me because I didn't tell them everything they wanted to know right now. This is great. Can't wait to get rich off this. We're not thinking. We're not thinking, guys. No. It's the most bizarre take I've ever. I mean, I can't even understand where this thinking is coming from, guys. I can't understand where the thinking is coming from. So, I still think this is all an op to hand over the UFO hunt for UFOs to private companies. Well, if that were the case, then why are they fighting against private companies? I mean, they're shooting themselves in the foot if they are doing that. They're doing it the worst way possible. It's the worst psyop in human history. Like, if that's the case, it's the worst psyop in human history. I don't think that's the case. I'm gonna go with no. I think that I honestly believe, and I'm gonna. This is the hill I'm gonna stand on. I think they're trying for you, even though some of you hate them for not trying hard, like the way that you want them to, for not giving you what you want them to give you. That's what I think. I mean, I don't know about the psyop situation. This could all be. We could all be in a simulation. Who knows? But what we have to work with right now is that we're dealing with a group of people that believe in what they're doing, are making sacrifices for you, for me. So we can find out, we can finally breathe knowing that we're not the only ones who believe in this wacky stuff. That's where I'm at, guys. That's where I'm at right now. Now, I gotta tell you, okay? I want to answer any questions you guys have, so hit me up in the chat because I can't be on that long again. I have another an interview that's about three plus hours long on Dave Scott's show tonight at midnight my time. So I'm gonna be up till at least 4 o'clock in the morning anyway. I got to get ready for that. I was out all day long. You guys, and if you're on my, by the way, if you're on my Discord, you get to know things about me. Hit me up on Discord. You get to hear from me more often, personally, after the show, between shows, because I'm gonna be in between shows often. And we get to just chat, man. We could just chat, and sometimes we could even do group calls like we did today for the first time. Darren1320 says, I want official disclosure. I checked out what you thought was a propeller on the RV. I think it was a sun glare. Okay, I'll have to look at it again. So before I leave, I'm gonna pull up this video that Darren sent to me in Discord, and we're gonna take a look at it. So give me 1 second here, and we're gonna take a look at that. Let's take a look. I'm gonna pull up the right now. I'm pulling up the Twitter link, so we can all look at Twitter. Don't you just love Twitter? All right, guys, gals, ladies, gentlemen, folks, people, demigods. Let's do this. All right, so in the main Discord, I'm pulling up a video that's really good for just to think about, to ponder about. I'm not sure, you know, again, I can't vouch for credibility of this, but it is compelling. So let's take a look. Dagnabbit. Jasmine Selick A. Jasmine. Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta look it up. I think that's how you say it. Pff, my gosh, how do you say that? Okay, that's why. It's not a C, it's an S. Alright, so check it out, y'all. There is an, if you're not looking, if you're listening to me, there is an acorn-shaped, I call it acorn-shaped, craft that's in a hangar, with a crane and everything. It kind of, there's a, now it's showing like an aerial view of it from a helicopter. That's not a camera glare, my guy. That is definitely what it looks like. Again, there is some kind of an object, if you can see at the very left side of this picture. There is an object, an extended a part of that object, that looks like kind of like a propeller. Nicole Sakic, what's up? We getting weird or what? We getting real up in here, Nicole. So look, this is a stationary. Glares don't have that that stationary position. It would definitely change more. So this is definitely what I thought it was, my friend. I think this is a pretty legit video, guys. I'm just gonna be honest with you, but I can't say that it's 100% real. But to me, and use your better judgment here, this looks real. This looks real. Look at that. I don't know, man. That's. It looks pretty hard to fake. On the bottom, the metadata says that it's 6 o'clock, 6:10, in military time, 18:10. Well, that's 6 o'clock in the evening, and it says it's 1992. It looks legit to me. You guys can let me know what you think in the chat. This was posted by someone named Jasmine, Salik A. Jasmine, on Twitter, so you can check them out, see what they talk about. I don't know what furniture. I mean, what do they talk about? I don't know. I don't know who this person is, but I just know that that was a tweet that's pretty much gone viral recently. Was it? Oh my gosh, I freaking lost it. There it is. Yeah. I think it's compelling. It's compelling at the very least, in my opinion. Chat seems to be with me a little bit on this. What do you guys think? This one is fun. I think it's real. Yeah, I think this is an object that's been depicted in like ancient drawings for thousands of years. If I can find, I gotta find this one. It's like a 6,000 year or 5,000 year old image or painting or whatever of on the landing cigar shape of that object. It's different objects. It's not just one. But mostly it shows the acorn-shaped one that I was referring to. So at the very end, there's going to be a different object, so we'll take a look at it and see what it is. So that's what you're... Yeah, there's like... This looks like a different object entirely, because it doesn't have the same shape as the other one. There's a dramatic bulge at the bottom of this acorn-shaped object. Whereas on this one, there's more of a rounded, a much more rounded. I guess you can say it's not evenly rounded like an oval, but it is more rounded and ovular than what this acorn-shaped object looks like. No, I did not. I was Garyoki shared this with me, Nicole. Garyoki sent me this in Discord. I would not share something that I. Yeah, Garyoki would not send me something that I would not share something that somebody sent me privately. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna post this in Discord so everybody can take a look themselves. I'm sorry. I'm gonna post this in Twitch and YouTube. Sorry. Here's Twitch, and then I'll post it also in YouTube. Give me 1 second. So everybody can look this up yourself. Hit me up, Nicole. You know I keep things confidential. I approved that, Garyoki. I approved it. Yeah, you can also find it on Spaced Out Radio Facebook page. It has been posted as well. So I'm gonna check out. Nicole just sent me something. I'm not gonna share. Nicole, do you want me to share this or not? Because I don't know if. Oh, this is on YouTube, so it's probably. Yeah, that's what that object looks like. It looks like that. Well, the last object might, but we don't see the full picture of it. Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna have to watch that video, Nicole. It's a bit lengthy for the show because just so you guys understand, I had something very, very important to do today. Very important. My Discord knows, but nobody else does. So if you guys want to hit me up on Discord, you can find out. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be coming back again. So if you're gonna be on YouTube later on for any time, okay. So tomorrow, when I come back tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll review the videos that Nicole sent me, and I'll react to them in real time. If you're on Discord, if you're on my Discord, you can send me stuff, and I'll use some of that content and react to it in real time on the show. So hit me up on Discord, and you'll be able to send me stuff too, and I'll react to it. So if you have a video you think will get me riled up, like somebody that says Lou Elizondo is a liar, you know I'm gonna get riled up, y'all. You know I'm gonna get fired up in here. Send it to me. I'll react to it in real time. And I'll give some commentary about what I think about some of the things that people say. Garyoki sent me something. He said it's either going to get me fired up or I'll agree with it. I think it's going to get me fired up because I like Lou Elizondo. That's my boy. Just so you guys understand. I like Lou. I like Tom DeLonge. I like Christopher Mellon. I like Jeremy Corbell, Bob Lazar, George Knapp, Ross Coulthart. I like them all. because they're doing things that I never seen happen before in my life, and I think that they're trying at the very least. I think they're trying. I think they're genuine dudes, with different motivations. But one thing is for sure, they want to get this information into your hands and mine, and that's how I feel about that. So hit me up on Discord if you guys really want to have a fun conversation, and if you want to send me stuff to react to on live as well. But guys, I couldn't stay very long. I had to be here. I had to talk about the Jeremy Corbell's this idea about, you know, breaking secrets and breaking secrecy oaths and destroying trust. I did, you know, breaking journalistic integrity just because people want to know. That's a terrible idea. It's honestly a very illogical thing to do, and it doesn't consider the potential risk of stopping disclosure forever by scaring anyone who might ever want to talk about this topic or ever want to reveal secrets, but they have to do it in a controlled way. They have to do it the right way, or else we'll ruin disclosure forever. We'll never get it, guys. Imagine, just think about it. Ross Coldheart says, okay, I know a guy, his name's, you know, Joe Schmo, and he told me that at this location there's this craft and you can go there today and find it. Boom. Never again will now the not only do the government know, but so do the people that are hiding it, and they're gonna do everything they can to keep it secret and say that's illegal, he broke security oaths, put him in prison. Boom, instantly in jail for the rest of his life, or running from his life for his life and going to China or Russia or whatever to escape the law because he tried to do something for you. And you don't even like these people. Some of you guys don't even like these people. Why would they do that for people that don't even like them? I've heard people say David Grush is a liar. Oh, he's just autistic and will believe anything. That's why but he needs to tell us everything he knows. You guys are funny. Sometimes, not all of you. Some of you understand. Some of you, but I challenge you to think about that, okay? Now, with that being said, everybody, I wanted to have a little conversation with you tomorrow. I'll be back on at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk for a couple of hours because I'm back on again at Spaced Out Radio for the night show. So it's going to be a long weekend. I'll be streaming for 5 hours tomorrow, 5 hours Sunday, and then back to 4 to 6 hours Monday through Friday. Catch you guys tomorrow. Dr. Doors out. Peace.